Hyundai Grand i10 has grown up somewhat since the last time we saw it. It's still very much a budget car, but one with loads of character. Dasen Thathiah finds out if it really lives up to its name.
The new Hyundai Grand i10 comes in at just under 200,000 Rand for the base model. And at that price range, it's marketed at students or I guess young professionals. Even from the 1-litre base motion model, it's got all of the cool stuff that you would need in a car that is aimed at this kind of market. The ads for the Grand i10 put it down as the kind of vehicle that you want to fill up with your friends to find your closest hangout. Central to this fun theme is the infotainment system that you find in all the Hyundai Grand i10 models, from the base model upwards. Something that will really come in handy is the fact that this system can take up to 5 Bluetooth devices.
Well, if that's the case, let's go.
Whoa, wait. Hold it. Wait, firstly, what is this? This can't even be connected here. And secondly, who are you? And who are you?
Yeah, who are these people?
What are you? And you? What are you doing here?
I mean, I'm supposed to be shooting.
Okay, now that we're alone again, that just forms a nice little segue into one of my first irritations about this car. It doesn't have an auto-lock system, something we've become accustomed to on any vehicle with central locking. It's almost an expectation now, so Hyundai, please, can we get that in here? It shouldn't be an option if it is one. It should just be standard. It's a safety thing. Our test car costs around 218,000 Rand in its fluid guise. The same money could also get you a lower spec auto. The Hyundai Grand i10 is not a hot hatch by any stretch of the imagination, but when you get inside, you do get the sense that you are in an N edition car in training. It's almost like this car aspires to be like its bigger brothers and sisters. Now, I say this because of the red accents around the air vents, the detail on the stitching on the seats, which are artificial leather, but they look pretty decent. Although you won't be blown out of the water by the oversized lawnmower motor that's powering this car, you will be quite impressed by the fuel economy. And I imagine that's one of the reasons why you would buy a vehicle like this. The supplied figures are about 5.4 litres per 100 kilometers. I managed to keep it under 7 with mixed driving. This is a standard issue in some of these budget cars. You have a little stick here that controls the display that you see. It's all here, trip A, trip B, your fuel tank range, the mileage traveled. It's what you need, but it's not very easily accessible. Yes, you're not supposed to be doing it while you're driving, but even when you're parked, you've got to kind of fight your way in here, end up putting the indicators on and pushing up the wipers, all while trying to see how much fuel you have left. So this really is the centerpiece of this young and funky car, right? This is your entertainment system. You've got all of your functionality here. You've got Bluetooth. It is a touchscreen unit as well. The higher end models are equipped with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You've got your standard Bluetooth functionality for any of the models, even in the base model, as well as other inputs like your USB and your micro SD there. The sound system is perfectly fine. I mean, that's really all you need to get a party started, right? A nice little surprise is the 12-volt power source at the back. This will allow you to plug in a USB adapter or, well, hopefully not use it for a cigarette lighter. In this area, you've also got the rear air vents. This is a bonus for a car as small as this one, because you don't often find the rear passengers this well taken care of. It's spacious, it's comfortable, it's a good place to be. I guess it explains why I ended up with those unwanted passengers earlier. But let me actually just get a better feel off this rear seat. Hey, Nqobile, do you want to just drive back?
Oh, okay.
After my 40 winks, it was time to get back to business. In the short space of time that I've spent with this car, there are very few bad things that I have to say about it. Yes, I could complain about the fact that I almost slipped the car into reverse while trying to find sixth, but let's be honest, a motor this size doesn't need a sixth gear. I could talk about the artificial leather, but again, you know, in this price category, what would you expect? At least it's nice to look at, even if we're not sure how durable it's going to be. The baby Hyundai is not the cheapest in this segment, but it does offer something else. Now, one of the things that's going to hold it in good stead is the reassurance of that 7-year warranty. Look, all I'm saying is, for the first time since the release of Hyundai's little entry-level cars, I wouldn't mind actually driving this one without a mask to hide my face.
That's all we have for you today, and thank you so much for tuning in. Till we meet again.